You'll be surprised how much preparation can be done on a property sale before you've even found a buyer or agreed commercial terms. You'll be saving yourself both time and money down the line by planning ahead and ironing out any potential kinks early doors. Ask your solicitor to review the title to your property. There may be outdated entries such as expired leases that need to be removed, unknown covenants, and easements noted on the title that can be mitigated with indemnity insurance, or even redeemed mortgages that need to be discharged. If your land is unregistered, then your solicitor can review the deeds to ensure that you have good title to the property, and then prepare an epitome of title that can be sent to a buyer's solicitor to streamline the buyer's due diligence process. Obtain any consents. If your land is charged, you will need your lender's consent to the sale and to release their legal charge on completion. It's important to liaise with your lender as early as possible to obtain their consent in principle and to obtain an estimated redemption figure. Doing this early can speed up the sale process. There may also be restrictions on your title that require third-party consents to a sale. Often, this will involve negotiating and agreeing documentation that needs to be entered into as a condition of that consent. Early action will prevent potential delays down the line once a buyer is found. When dealing with transfers of part or unregistered land, accurate plans are crucial. Instruct a surveyor to prepare a land registry compliant plan, which your solicitor can then send to the land registry for approval. Buyers will require details of the planning history of the property to ensure that it can be used for their intended use and that there are no breaches which the buyer may be on the hook for after completion. Ensure that you have copies of planning permissions, Section 106 agreements, evidence of discharge of any planning conditions, and building regulations completion certificates. If you are missing anything, then copies should be obtained from the local planning authority. This may not be a quick process, and so sellers would be wise to not wait until a buyer is lined up to do this. If your property is occupied by third-party tenants and you're planning to sell with vacant possession, you should ask your solicitor to check the terms of their occupation to ascertain how vacant possession can be obtained, if at all, on completion. If you're selling the land subject to a lease, then make sure your management information is up to date and can be easily provided in a readable format to prospective buyers. Now may be also a good time to deal with any problem tenants that may put off potential buyers. Finally, ask your solicitor to prepare a sales pack that can be sent out to a buyer's solicitor as soon as the deal is agreed. A sales pack should include, amongst other things, full title to the property, full replies to commercial inquiries, which your solicitor can help you prepare in advance, details of the planning history of the property, a plan of the property being sold, any indemnity policies affecting the property, details of any lettings including management information, and any consent in principle to the sale. If you don't prepare in advance, then the best case scenario is that the deal takes longer to conclude because we, as solicitors acting, would need to deal with all of the steps previously mentioned, one way or the other. If they are done in advance of a deal being struck, then it goes without saying that matters should run faster and smoother. Essentially, if you fail to plan ahead, the best case scenario is that the deal will take longer. The worst case scenario is that there could be a material issue with the property which could kill a deal because it's serious enough to give the buyer cold feet, or because the time it takes to fix that issue means the buyer loses patience and goes after another opportunity. While some may balk at the idea of going to such efforts and cost before they even have a buyer lined up, the benefit of following these steps in advance is invaluable. Indeed, you could be saving money in the long run as a result of having a smoother, faster conclusion to a deal. Think of the wasted costs you'd incur if a transaction falls midway through due to an issue arising that could have been dealt with in the earlier preliminary stages. It's money well spent.